This video is about addiction, and I want to make it clear that I am completely unqualified medically to offer any advice on this subject. However, I feel so passionate about addiction, given my own experience, that I felt the need to make this video. So please take that into consideration. I picture addiction, and I picture myself while addicted in an impossible situation. And so I have the most empathy towards anybody who is currently addicted to any substance and who may be feeling depressed to a level that amounts to them feeling like they are in an impossible situation with no way out. That's a devastating place to find yourself in. That's like being at the end of your story with it being a tragedy and there's no more chapters to read. I often bring most things back to the narrative. I've been talking a lot lately about finding out and figuring out your own story. And at the times when I was most heavily into my addiction, my story, it seemed like it was at its end. I couldn't write any more chapters. And that is my advice if you are struggling with addiction. You gotta figure out your own story, man. You gotta take the time. If you wanna get out, if you wanna find a way out of the perceived impossible situation, you gotta put your brain to work. I know it's hard, and I know it's difficult, and I know it seems like the very last thing that you actually wanna do. But you gotta figure out what you've been through, and you have to figure out where you want to go. You gotta figure out your story. Because if you think you're at the end, you're not. You have more chapters to write. This addiction is not the end of you. It's just part of your story, and you gotta figure out what part it is. So I know it's not easy, and I know it's not gonna happen overnight, but you gotta start figuring out just what you're up to. What are you acting out, and what do you want to act out? How are you going to make a comeback? That's why you have to figure out your own story. And that is my advice to anybody who's suffering from any form of addiction. And if you need some help doing that, then you gotta find the help. In fact, I encourage you all the more to find the help. You need the feedback from other people to help you figure yourself out, to figure out what you've been through, and to figure out what it is that you want to go after. So if you could do that for me today, that would be great. Take a second. Write down your thoughts. Figure out just where you're at. Seek the help. Do whatever it takes to start writing your next chapter.